We have a lot of experience with functions of one variable, and been beginning to approach functions of two variables. And so right now, we're going to learn to think a little bit about functions of more than two variables. These functions of more than two variables might be functions of three variables, or they might be functions of many more than that. A common context where functions involving three variables arise are problems involving the planet Earth. So here's an attempt to draw the planet Earth, here's some land, here's some ocean, and if I want to know the temperature of the ocean, if I'm measuring that temperature right at this instant, it's certainly a function of a location on the Earth's surface, so some kind of latitude, longitude information, but also the depth into the ocean that I want to know the temperature, and that's because the ocean takes up a three-dimensional space. But in addition, I might actually want to consider temperature as a function of four variables. I might want to know what the temperature is at a particular position within the ocean at some depth, at some latitude, at some longitude, as a function of time. And so this would be temperature as a function of four different variables. With a function of two variables, we might use a cross-section to learn something about what the function's doing. So we fix one of the variables and see how the function varies with the one that's left. We can do something similar for functions of three or more variables. For a function of two variables, we were able to use a cross-section to learn something about the behavior of the function without actually having to plot the function as a function of two variables. And we can do something very similar here. Here we have a function of four variables. We have a function of longitude, a function of latitude, a function of depth, and a function of time. But we've fixed two of those. We fixed the time to be April 1997, and we fixed the latitude to be a value that takes us somewhere near maybe the equatorial Pacific, and so we're only varying two of the numbers. We're varying the longitude and the depth. And then color is being used to show the temperature as a function of the two variables that are being allowed to change. This gives us some kind of snapshot of the temperature of the ocean at this set of locations at this moment in time. By looking at the same set of locations, but at a different point in time, we're able to see something about how the temperature of the ocean was changing with time as a function of these other variables. So we're able to gain some sense of the temperature of the ocean as a function of four variables.